want me to start now? Oh. You guys did amazing. Welcome to the annual CCISD State of the District Luncheon. Where we are celebrating Texas Public Schools Week. I'm Emily Eden, Senior Class President at Copperas Cove High School, and we are so happy to have everyone here today. Thank you to our luncheon entertainment, the Martin Walker Elementary Troublemakers, under the direction of music teacher April Dawn Weimer. Weren't they terrific? We hope you had the opportunity to look at some schools and organizations displays around the room before you took your seat today and are excited about our success, because that is what today is all about. You getting to know more about CCISD, our staff, our students, and the power of public education. We are honored that all of you would take time from your busy schedules to be with us here today and celebrate Texas Public Schools Week. We are fortunate to have strong support in this community from our CCISD Board of Trustees, elected and appointed officials, civic organizations, administrators, volunteers, our adopted military units, and partners at Fort Hood, and so many others who make the work in our district possible for our students. Thank you all for being here and celebrating public education. Now please stand for the presentation of colors by the Copperas Cove High School JROTC Color Guard under the direction of Chief Warrant Officer retired Enrique Herrera.
Arch on. Arch. Up. Colors. Oh. Left. Face. Present. Arms.
Now please welcome the Copperas Cove High School Voices of Cove under the direction of choir directors Ricky Gates and James Barker.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed as the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner
Thank you, CCHS Voices of Cove. Now reciting our National Pledge of Allegiance is Central Texas Incredible Kid, CCHS sophomore, Emily Kimball, and leading our Texas Pledge is CCISD's 2022 Student Hero Award nominee, Maddox Tobias, a first grader at Clemens Parsons Elementary.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
To bless our program today, please welcome SC Lee Junior High 8th grader, Doriana Gilbert, also selected as Central Texas Incredible Kid.
Please bow your heads and close your eyes. Our Father who art in heaven, thank you for waking us up this morning to give us life, health, and strength. I just want to say thank you for blessing us all to be able to be here today. Thank you for blessing the schools, the students, the school districts, just everything, God. And please just let us enjoy this delightful meal. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Doriana. You may all be seated. Thank you to the Copperas Cove High School Bulldog Battalion for presenting our colors today. CCISD is fortunate to have a long-term, always in the best interest of our students. Now please welcome CCISD Board of Trustees President Joan Manning to open our program today.
Had to look at my watch. Good afternoon. It's nice to have everyone here. And I always, this is the worst spot ever. You have to follow all those great kids. But it's so wonderful. I was thinking when the CCHS choir was singing that they could do Super Bowl, whatever, that was so beautiful. That was really great. I recently read that no person was ever honored for what they received. Honor has been the reward for what they gave. Today, we're here to honor you, our citizens and district employees, and everyone involved in our city for all your hard work and dedication to the children of our city. We're happy you're here and proud that you're so supportive of our Copperas Cove School District. Being a small part of our city and district is a distinct blessing for our school board, who I would like to introduce. But before I introduce our current board, I would like to ask, I know we have at least one former board member here. We might have more, sometimes we do. If you've ever been on Copperas Cove School Board, would you please stand and let us honor you? Thank you. These 7 people work together, the 7 people we have right now, work along with our superintendent and others to make decisions that affect the education of our students. We're a team and we are all happy to help. Our dedicated members, and if you would please stand and remain standing. Our vice president is Inez Faison. Our secretary is Dr. Karen Harrison. John Gallen. Our newest board member, Heather Copeland. Mike Wilburn and Ann Davis, who neither one could be here today, are both on our board too. And we do have a really unified, fun board. We always have a fun board, I think. We try to make it we do our job, don't get me wrong, but we try to make it fun too, so it doesn't get too, too serious. Of course, you can't with Dr. Burns as the leader. You can't. Y'all will find out if you don't know him, but you can't be super serious with him at the helm. So anyway, we are so happy, and thank you, board members. Thank you so much for coming today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Manning. We're extremely grateful for your continued guidance in this district. CCISD is also fortunate to have a great partnership with our neighbors at Fort Hood. In addition to working together on a number of educational issues, we are fortunate to have an adopted military units working with all 11 schools in our district. The support provided by our schools by Fort Hood unit is a demonstration of the unit command team's dedication and commitment to CCISD. We are excited to have many of our unit command teams here with us today. Please stand and be recognized when I call your name. 1st Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Alika Alex Ichinose. I'm so sorry. And Command Sergeant Major Esteban Alvarado. Yeah. 15th Finance Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Schneider, and Command Sergeant Major Ronald Oriato. 91st Engineer Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Patrick Sullivan. 2-8 Cav Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Edwin Midges, and Command Sergeant Major Dan Burke. 282 Field Artillery Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Mark Leach and his wife Jennifer Leach. The 62nd Signal Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Lisa Halverson and Commander Sergeant Major Dan Sharner. 20th Engineer Battalion, Lieutenant Commander Carl Davis and Command Sergeant Major Jason Malk. And 3rd Weather Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Angela Joy Raven. As some of you can see, I'm not very good with names. But thank you to our military partners for being here today. While all of our military partners work hand in hand on a monthly basis to support the needs of students, Captain Ali Moana Ponga, the commander of the 87th Combat Engineer Company, will provide insight to a successful school unit partnership.
All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very excited to be here. Quite the crowd. When I saw the agenda and it said guest speaker, I was like, oh. I'll be very brief with you though, don't worry. So like the intro is given, my name is Captain Ali Moana Ponga. I'm one of the company commanders within 20th Engineer Battalion that supports our partnership with Fairview Miss Jewel Elementary School. And so on the behalf of our battalion command team, really I'll just go through some of our keys to success and lessons learned on what made us be successful with our school. All right, so to start off, our battalion has a mission specifically tailored towards our adopted school program. I'll just go ahead and read it for you here. 20th Engineer Battalion creates and support partnerships that ensure educational success and outreach in our community. So one of our keys to success here really helps us is when our battalion command teams advocate and prioritize community service. So with this being said, you get that top cover support, and all the way down you get buy-in from all the soldiers and volunteers. And Adopted School program is one of those lines of effort that helps us accomplish this mission. So to start off, another key to success is in our battalion, we typically align two companies to a school. So in this instance, we have my company, I have Lieutenant Peyton Pisacani, and then our sister company, 59th Keke, has Lieutenant Kruger, who serves as liaison officers between the school representatives. So in this case, Mrs. Matthews, who's in the audience here today, does a great job of reaching out to us and telling us what upcoming events are. And then honestly, that was another key success is assigning these personnel. So that way we have appropriate coverage if a company can't support based on training events or so that are coming up. You'll always have another company that can cover down. And not depicted on the slide, but we have a battalion rep as well who just kind of serves as a supervisor to ensure the companies are doing their job. So really, the base of our message is from the slides that you see on here. We've talked about appointing those liaison officers at the unit level. So we don't have any of those with Fairview Miss Jewel. They are totally committed. And then as far as the unit perspective, you just have to make time and prioritize community service. So we find it in our training schedules where we build in these events that the schools give us notice ahead of time so that we have appropriate coverage. The second one we talked about was with the battalion command team and their emphasis on community outreach, having them, again, like I said, providing that priority helps get that buy-in from the soldiers. And then the final one there, really big and important to all the soldiers who volunteer, is we do our best to reward these soldiers. We don't always get the same people, so it's great that a lot of them like to serve our community, and it's a different way of serving our country, so to speak. And so just to hit on the priorities you see there, soldier involvement in the community and selfless service, and then just so our battalion command team has 4 pillars, and 2 of them are people and legacy. What better way that we can serve people than supporting our community? And I've stated already, soldiers enjoy serving these young children. And then the biggest part is legacy. What legacy do we want to leave for these next generation to come? And so with that, I just want to thank everyone here to the school board for allowing us the opportunity to share our story. Really thank you to the faculty and staff of Fairview Miss Jewel Elementary School and all the kids and parents involved, allowing us to be able to be a part of their lives and serve them in a different way than serving our country. Thank you all so much, and that's really all I had. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain Ponga. Please accept this token of our appreciation. You walked away a little too fast. Here you go. Thank you. In addition to our military partnership, CCISD is fortunate to have many community partners who go above and beyond supporting our students and staff. I invite our community partners being honored today to please come to the left of the stage. Through the nomination process, the Texas Association of School Boards has selected several of our community partners to receive a Stand Up for Texas Public Schools award. This is a state award, and we are excited to present these today.
You want out in front of the screen?
Step close to the end of the stage. To the end, like. Right in front of the board.
First, Synergy Cinemas. Students cannot learn if they are not attending school. Synergy Cinemas encourage students to be at school every day by offering every student at Copperas Cove ISD a free gift card for perfect attendance and or making the honor roll. Without fail, Synergy honors our students every semester and provides additional support through gift cards as needed. So thank you, Synergy Cinemas. Extraco Bank. Extraco Bank led the way in CCISD's Partner in Education program by becoming our first business partner with the school, Crossroads High School, for now 5 years ago. Extraco Bank works with this unique population to ensure that they have caps and gowns for graduation and senior portraits. They also provide tutoring and financial literacy, day interns at the bank, and more. Extraco Bank also participates in CCIC's initiatives like Paint Your Business Orange to send anti-bullying messages in the district's annual Autism Walk. Thank you, Extraco Bank. Rocks and Root Realty Group. Rocks and Roots Realty Group began partnering with CCIC last year by serving as a presenting sponsor of a golf tournament to support CCIC's Special Education Department. The relationship that has grown this year with Rocks and Roots Realty is serving as the presenting sponsors of CCIC's annual homecoming dance for students receiving special education services and the corporate sponsors of CCIC's third annual Chocolate Fantasia to benefit CCIC Special Olympics. Thank you, Rocks and Roots Realty Group. Copperas Cove VFW post number 8577. The Copperas Cove VFW post 8577 partner together each year to honor teachers through the VFW Teacher of the Year program, Patriotic Art Contest, and the National Anthem Singing Contest. The VFW provides financial support annual to Copperas Cove High School's project graduation event to ensure students have an alcohol-free and drug-free celebration after walking the stage. Thank you, VFW Post 8577. Copperas Cove Moose Riders. The Copperas Cove Moose Riders have partnered with the school district since 2016 with incredible support to our students receiving special education services. The Motorcycle Civic Group funds a bear stuffing event every Christmas for 100 students. Members also donate school supplies and volunteer at CCISD's annual Stuff the Bus event. The Moose Riders were also the presenting sponsor of CCIC's third annual Chocolate Fantasia event, which benefits the CCISD Special Olympics. Thank you, Copperas Cove Moose Riders.
Have a great day. Thank you for all your help. Thank you all for everything. Thank you.
Ashley Home Store. Ashley Home Store in Copperas Cove is generous beyond expectations. CCISD met the holiday needs of hundreds of students this past Christmas. We reached out to our community partners asking for support. We shared that 30 student angels were still hanging on our tree. Sandra Skinner and her team answered the call immediately, taking all 30 angels and meeting the needs of these students and ensure they woke up on Christmas morning with gifts under the tree. Thank you, Ashley Home Store.
Thank you so much.
Altrusa International of Copperas Cove. The Copperas Cove Altrusa International chapter partners with CCIC throughout the year by providing books for our elementary students to reinforce their love of literacy. They provide winter clothing and sanitary items for students, and Altrusa also provides an annual scholarship for high school seniors and for paraprofessionals seeking a teaching degree. Thank you, Altrusa International of Copperas Cove.
See how she said.
Gino G. Lewis Masonic Lodge. The Gino Lewis Masonic Lodge. JNOG Lewis Masonic Lodge is a service or organization providing school supplies to the school district, not just at the start of the school, but mid-year as well. The Masons also conducted the Fantastic Teeth program in the district, two most economically challenged schools providing toothbrushes, paste, and floss for every student. The lodge also makes financial contributions to the CCISD's annual Stuff the Bus event and provides our high school student with scholarships. Thank you, GOG Lewis Masonic Lodge. They challenged me on that one. Right. Raising Canes. Raising Canes always finds a way to say yes when it comes to Copperas Cove ISD students and staff. Affectionately known as Canes, the local chicken finger restaurant provides thousands of meal gift cards for both students and staff, being recognized by their respective schools and departments. Canes supports CCISD special events such as the Homecoming Dance for special education students, the Autism Walk, multicultural festivals, fitness nights, and more by providing their famous lemonade and sweet tea. Thanks, Raising Canes. HEB Plus, Copperas Cove. We do not have enough time here today to talk about all the ways that HEB Copperas Cove supports CCISD. With education as one of its funding initiatives, HEB supports schools across the district with curriculum learning and the store's own anti-bullying campaign. HEB honors staff at the different schools each year at the start of the year, as well as CCISD departments. HEB is the presenting sponsor of the CCISD's inaugural Employee of the Year Blue Carpet Dinner coming up in April. Thank you, HEB. Copperas Cove Rotary Club. The Copperas Cove Rotary Club visits CCISD schools on a regular basis. Not only does this civic club provide all third graders in the school district with their very own dictionaries, the Rotaries also support CCISD's effort to keep kids in school every day by providing great prizes like bicycles and tablets to our students who have perfect attendance. So thank you, Copperas Cove Rotary Club. Copperas Cove Education Foundation. The Copperas Cove Education Foundation works hand in hand with the school districts, supporting both students and staff. The foundation has awarded more than $300,000 in innovative teaching grants to CCISD educators. The nonprofit organization also awards scholarships to students in the top 10% of the CCHS graduating class each year and provides scholarships in both fall and spring semesters to CCHS students enrolled in dual credit classes. Thank you, Copperas Cove Education Foundation. Copperas Cove Retired Teachers Association. The Copperas Cove Retired Teachers Association is a true partner to CCISD, providing books to CCISD kindergartners in all 6 CCISD elementary schools. For some students, this is the first book in their home library. CCRTA also provides scholarships annually to both students and staff. CCRTA members also advocate for legislation to support Texas public schools and specifically CCISD. So thank you, Copperas Cove Retired Teachers Association. Copperas Cove Optimist Club. The doors are never closed at the Optimist Club's thrift store when it comes to meeting the needs of CCISD students and staff. All of our community and schools campus representatives are able to visit the store and select as many items needed at no cost to keep their school clothing pantries filled. When CCISD staff members lose their homes to natural disasters, the Optimist Club provides clothing, furniture, and appliances, again, at no cost. The Optimist Club also provides classroom scholarships to 10 new teachers each year and is the sponsor of the cash awards of CCISD's Paint Your School and Paint Your Business Orange anti-bullying campaign. So thank you, Copperas Cove Optimist Club. Texas Discount Automotive. Texas Discount Automotive and owners Bruce and Megan Hansen have been longtime supporters of the Bulldog Athletics and the school district, helping with unpaid student meal debt, school supplies, and more. A huge thank you to Texas Discount Automotive for the partnership that we share. Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A partners with CCISD in a myriad of ways, from serving on the district strategic planning committee to providing the Chick-fil-A Leadership Academy for students at Copperas Cove High School. Chick-fil-A provides thousands of dollars in products for our schools, sporting events, and for special events with its delicious chicken nugget trays and cookie party trays. CCISD also partners with Chick-fil-A for its annual Back to School Bash. So thank you, Chick-fil-A. I'm a big fan of Chick-fil-A sauce. We are grateful for your support to our students and staff and are so excited to have had this opportunity to publicly thank you and honor you with the Stand Up for Public Education Award. So thank you. As you may have read in the newspaper or have been following through our school's board meetings, CCISD is now implementing its third 5-year strategic plan. To share more on CCISD's future, please welcome our CCISD Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Joe Burns.
Clickers up there?
Yes, sir.
Good deal. Thank you. Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Y'all look good. Come on, you got to give me a little feedback. I know y'all have had all them carbs from that great lunch. We appreciate Giovanni's. I want to say how good that looked. I didn't eat any of it yet because if I eat, I can't speak, and there's some people wish I would eat more. But I do appreciate it. Jeff Stoddard, thank y'all for getting the air conditioning turned down a little bit. I bought a new suit for this event. It came with 2 pair of pants. I was going to have to take one of them off if it got any hotter. I do like this crowd. I want you to know where I come from. We don't see a crowd like this unless you're at a funeral or a wedding or a crawfish boil. So free meal will get people here all the time. So we appreciate y'all being here today. We especially appreciate our military, not only active duty, but our veterans, reserve, and all those folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your service. Thank you for your sacrifice. And I want you to know in Copperas Cove ISD, we consider it an honor and a pleasure to serve your families and your kids. So as I tell people when they come to our to our events for military affairs dinner, if you want the best, you got to come west. So you're always welcome to come to Copperas Cove. They're building new houses left and right. Ryan would appreciate the tax base with the city. So there's lots of good things going on, and we would love to have you. I do appreciate we have some good neighbors here today. We have our fine folks back there from Central Texas A&M. Yes, good bunch. We have another table here. Jim Yiannopoulos, the chancellor at CTC, chickened out. He's afraid I'd call him out about something. But there are folks here from CTC right back there. Thank y'all for coming today. We appreciate you. Honorable Dan Yancey, our mayor, is right over here, and his better half, by far his better half, is with him, Cindy. So we appreciate her. We have city council members here. We have Ryan Haverlaw here. Mr. Young, please stand up. I want y'all to see the newly inducted fire chief for Copperas Cove ISD right there, Gary Young. You talk about a champ of a guy. If he knew anything about education, we'd hire him. Unfortunately, we don't have anybody we may need you. We need some folks who can put out fires. So, it would work. City council here, Honorable Judge Roger Miller. I talked to him on Monday, and he said, Joe, I'd love to be there, but I got something else going on. He was also afraid I would pick on him, so he's not here. I do appreciate our board members and those folks for being here. We have 2 that aren't here today. It's not because they were afraid I would pick on them. I do that all the time. They just have other obligations today. So I want to start by sharing with you the process that we work through as we begin to think about how Copperas Cove ISD operates and the things that we do in Copperas Cove. I want to begin it with a little bit of a story. You know, there's a little boy sitting out in front of the veterinarian office one day, and he has a little puppy with him, his little dog, and a lady walks up. She says, son, are you here to see the veterinarian? He said, yes. She said, is your dog sick? He said, no, my daddy said the veterinarian's going to put him in neutral. So I want you ladies to know, if you're sitting with your husband and he starts coughing, dozing off, talking in his sleep, anything like that, shift gears on him. And then we'll go on. Put him in neutral if you have to. Realistically, though, Copperas Cove ISD for the last 7 years has been named one of the best educational systems across Central Texas. We take that honor very, very seriously. You'll notice if you've read the paper recently that we have District Director of Communications. Where's Wendy Sled? She's always where she's not supposed to be. She's in the back at the bar. She's getting lemonade. Wendy recently went to TSPR, which is the Texas School Public Relations Association, came back home with 21 awards, one of the very top awards. She does a phenomenal job. Let's give a round of applause to Wendy Sled. And so today I'm going to walk through about 5 dimensions of the work that we do, and it's related to our strategic plan. That strategic plan started in 2021. We had over 100 stakeholders, school employees. We had folks from the community, business leaders. We had all kinds of people that participated in that and help us define what they really expect from our school system. Right now in the world today, folks, there's a lot of people that are using government or some government people are using public schools as a whipping post. We blame them for everything. If they don't get it right, you know, there's no glory. There's never any accolades. There's never any affirmation. Well, I'm here to tell you there's lots of good things going on in Copperas Cove, the city of Copperas Cove, and lots going on in Copperas Cove ISD. When you can get 100 people to come out and help you define the work that needs to take place with the district, that is a major, major win. So we appreciate them. And out of that group of folks, we came up with 5 major themes that we address. One of them is the most important thing we do. And believe it or not, it's not football, it's not volleyball, it's not track, and it's not soccer, it's instruction. The first thing we have to do really, really well is instruction. That's about 95% of what we do. So our first domain that we look at in strategic planning is instruction and support. Then we look at human capital. How do you get people to come work for us, really good people, and then how do you hold on to them? And so that's our second dimension. And then we talk about the whole child. Folks, as we're coming out of a pandemic, we have seen all kinds of things take place with kids. Families have been disruptive. Kids have been displaced and disrupted significantly. And I'm going to say, for some of our kids, home is not the safest, nurturing, loving place in the world today. So we have a couple of systems I'll mention a little bit. And one of the things that we find from some of our kids, they will share this with us, that their greatest anxiety-producing things happen with their parent. And so we work really hard to overcome that in the school setting. We have a director of students, I'll forget her name, Rhonda Burnell. I'm not forgetting her name. I'm just forgetting her title because it's about that long. But Rhonda Burnell helps us with student services and those kids who need additional assistance. So the whole child is very, very important to us. And then we can't forget facilities. We have facilities, 120 some odd years old, 1897 Crossroads High School. And then we have our newest facility, House Creek Elementary, that started in 2011. But facilities are always on our mind. And then the most important thing I think that we're here for today is stakeholder engagement. We want to make sure that the norms that we represent in the school system represent the breadth and depth of our community. It's not Joe Burns' way. It's not Joe Manning's way. It's not mom and dad's way. It's not that way. It is a representation of the expectations and outcomes that our community has come to expect of a school system. And I want you to know we've got some folks that do it really, really well. So I want to begin talking about, and I'm probably 3 slides behind. They give me this little clicker and I forget to use it. So instruction support, we say teachers are going to engage students all day with this TEKS aligned stuff. Let me assure you, there's some folks who said, hey, are y'all teaching this or y'all teaching that? We teach the Texas required curriculum, nothing else and nothing less. If our kids can master that, they're great. So all these social experiments that you see run around the country and all these other things that people are adding and they're wanting dumped in the public schools, listen, we've got a plate full already. We don't need anything else. So we cover the TEKS, and I want you to know last year our teachers provided more than 830,000 hours of instruction to students. Our teachers are the most highly qualified, the most prepared, and the most capable individuals we could find, and they have participated in more than 1,000 different trainings to continue to enhance their skill set. We serve a very diverse student population. If you look across our student body, if they happen to exist in this world today, we've got them here. May not by ethnic group, but I promise you we do by language group. Last week, we had 4 students come in from the Ukraine. I do not speak Russian other than the word "niet." And I only saw that on TV one time in a James Bond movie. So I'm not fluent in that. But we have 4 kids that we're working diligently through interpretive systems to be able to reach, teach, and touch them. And they are so eager. They are so excited. They are so grateful to be receiving an education and be in a safe place where they can lay their head down every night without missiles going overhead, without being in fear of their homes being bombed or their dad or mom being carried away and not having adults to live with. So I'm going to tell you, we serve a really, really diverse population of students, but I'm going to tell you, they're the best students in this state. We love our kids. They're the most talented. They're the most gifted. They are. In Copperas Cove, you'd think, oh, that's Mayberry. They just speak English. Actually, we serve students who speak 34 different languages. I speak English and hillbilly, and I'm not really fluent in English. And I say hillbilly because somebody said one time, Dr. Burns, are you a redneck? I said, no, I'm not. I'm a high-class redneck. They call him a hillbilly. I'm a hillbilly. We speak languages, or our students speak languages here like Albanian, Tosk, Urdu, Swahili, Korean, Italian, Yoruba, Guyanese, and as I said, Russian. We have a very, very diverse group of kids. And I'm going to share with you in a minute what a great job our staff does educating each and every one of them. Are we perfect? I'm going to be the first one to tell you, we are not. But rather than point out our faults, join us and let's make a better life for the kids that we serve and create great citizens who can go out that you're not afraid to live next door to, that are going to be contributors to society. They're going to be givers and not takers. That's our philosophy in Copperas Cove. We have some data up here. One of the things that we see in society and we hear about all the time are parents of disabled children. Let me say this. I think that my children, as we used to say in the country, are a little titched in the head sometimes, but they're not identified as disabled. I don't know what it's like, folks, to live at home with a disabled child 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I know our responsibility is to provide them a great education and help them achieve their full potential. I know that's our job. So I want you to know one of the things that we are extremely proud of is that we're above the state average for graduating special education students who actually fulfill their IEPs, who've met all their educational goals, and those young people can walk out of here and have a future ahead of them and be able to participate in society fully. That's one of our greatest contributions, and that's one of the things that we're really excited about. The other thing is Dr. Shuck is here with his staff, Dr. Shuck, and then we have our junior high principals. They all work really hard on college, career, and military readiness. Why military readiness? Because every kid is not headed to college. Every kid doesn't really know what they want to be. And the military has taken many a young men and young women, and they have made fine soldiers out of them. They have made great contributing members of society, and they have become stand-up people. So we work really hard to make sure that our kids understand every avenue that they have for them. Some of the highest paying jobs in the area and across this state do not require a 4-year degree. They don't require a 2-year degree. They require somebody willing to work, and they require somebody willing to learn. So it's critically important that we honor and realize that there is honor in all work. I don't care what it is. Career and technology education. Big words now. We used to call that VOTEC when I was in school. And all of us used to learn how to weld and cut wood and join wood and do all those other things. And then it became a lost art because we got on the track that said, in Texas anyway, that said every kid's college bound, every kid's college bound. We don't need plumbers and we don't need carpenters and we're not worried about electricians. Well, that's until the air conditioner quit working, the plumbing quit working, or the wall started falling apart. And then we got really interested in those people that had good skills. So career and technology education is not only about those skills, but also about high-tech skills, things like robotics and computer programming, all of those neat things that go in there. Right now, we offer 5 endorsement areas and 30 programs of study at Copperas Cove High School. And I want you to know that currently, who have already earned an industry-based certification. They've already earned it. They're ready. They're marketable. And our folks are working every day. If you want to go by the high school, we're going to hit it in a little bit. But under facilities, if you go to the high school and you see the auditorium and you see the band hall behind that, we're building a brand new CT facility. That CT facility will have a learning lab plus classrooms. It'll be for welding and it'll be for building trades. That building will come online in the month of May, and we're going to have an open house for that, as well as our other campuses that have undergone construction and renovation. We invite you as a community to come out and see what your taxpayer dollars have done for the students that we serve. You are integral to what we do. The next thing I want to talk about is we talk about those trades. We talk about all those things. What are we doing for those high achieving kids? We have always enjoyed a rich relationship with CTC. They're our partner. Our kids fondly call it Harvard on the Hill. So we got lots of kids that go to Harvard on the Hill. Then they'll jump over and they'll finish up that degree at Texas A&M Central Texas. By the way, parents, if you don't know it, that's the best kept secret financially for you and your kids. They can get a great degree for about $17,000. Well, now they've tuition a little bit. Let's go 18. The other thing that folks don't realize is CTC has a dormitory. If your kid wants out of the house and they say, well, I'm not going to CTC because I have to live at home. I don't know about you, but we have 4 boys. When they graduated high school, we were ready for them to leave the house. We would have gladly, we thought about tiny homes. We thought about all kind of stuff. But they have a dormitory out at CTC. Kids who finish work at CTC, they actually have some who stay at CTC and then continue at Texas A&M Central Texas and finish their bachelor's degree. That's a great marriage out there between those 2 universities, college and university, and it's a great buy for you parents. All 4 of my boys started at CTC. I've got one there right now, and Lord help him. Y'all take pity on him and his daddy. Get that boy. Let that boy pass his last class so he can go somewhere. No, he's doing great. Thank you, and we enjoy the relationship we enjoy with him. But the thing I want to tell you about our college and career readiness program is we have a lot of our kids who are involved in that. We have kids that get on a bus every day and they go to CTC and take classes. We have kids that stay at the high school and they take classes at the high school. And we have everything in between. Right now, we have also a partnership with UT On-Ramps. UT On-Ramps is really providing the hard science and hard math for those kids. And those courses are, like every other college course, rigorous. When you put UT on it, it's worth a letter grade just to be UT on it. But currently, we have 523 courses, kids taking 523 courses through UT On-Ramps. And this semester, we have students taking 879 college credit hours through CTC. If they go to CTC on a school bus and we don't have to provide the prof and they go to our early college program, moms and dads, it costs you nothing but the cost of a textbook. If they go to high school and take the course there, you have to pay a portion of the fee, but we provide you the textbook. Well, what's the difference? Well, if it's CTC and they're going there, CTC pays the staffer. If you take it on our high school campus, we have to pay. So that's the difference. There's lots and lots of good things taking place for those top end kids. And we have kids as early as sophomores who begin to take those dual credit and on-ramps courses and have great, great, great success. The next slide I want to share with you is we jumped on a bandwagon early when TEA came in and they said, hey, you're going to have to do reading academies. You're going to have to teach teachers to teach the science of reading. Why did they require that? Well, currently there are more teachers entering the teaching field coming out of alternative certified programs than there are coming out of traditional prep programs. And a lot of those folks come with a very diverse background. All of them are not elementary trained, but they've got enough hours they could get a deficiency plan, and districts had to go back or partner with somebody to provide. Amanda Crawley, our Deputy Superintendent for Instruction, and her staff put together a great plan. We partnered with Region 12 out of Waco. We did our own reading academy, and we were only required to do it for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade. We chose to do it for pre-K teachers all the way through 5th grade because once an elementary child leaves elementary school, the secondary English teachers are not reading teachers. They are the mechanics of language. Subject, vowel, subject, agreement, all those other things. Noun and verb agreement. See, that's why I'm a science major. But they're really mechanics of language. At elementary, they teach kids attack skills and word decoding and all those other things. So kids need to have that great, great, great experience reading. Our goal is by the end of 1st or 2nd grade, every kid is reading on grade level. We're going to see scores in a minute that show you that our kids are doing phenomenal. And all of our folks in pre-K through 5th grade have been trained at the end of this year for Reading Academy. And so we're very, very proud of that. The other thing that we are extremely proud of, and I'm going to brag a little bit, and since John Kraft is leaving clean, I can talk bad about him. I talked bad about him when he was there, so it didn't matter. We went over to the Education Summit at Fort Hood, and we had a meeting, and they were putting up highlights of districts and all that. Folks, we have 9 out of 11 campuses that are designated Purple Star campuses. What's a Purple Star campus? Those are campuses that are recognized who show their support and commitment to meeting the unique needs of military-connected students and their families. 9 of our 11 have earned that. Pre-K can earn it. So yes, that deserves. I won't call names, although I've already mentioned our big neighbors to the east. They have 18 out of 50 campuses. We take seriously our role and responsibility to military families. We want you to know that when you're out defending freedom, whether it's on American soil or in a country far off, you do not need to worry about the quality of education your child's receiving in Copperas Cove ISD. So we're very proud of that, and our other campuses are working diligently to add that to their accomplishments to be a Purple Star designated campus. Want you to know that we use our adoptee units, and they helped us. This started at Hitty Halstead, and we started with a camp one summer called Ranger Reading Camp. Why? Because we had Army Rangers who helped us with reading camp. You had these big burly guys who would sit down, they drag their knuckles across the ground when they come in, they sit down, but then they sit down with these little bitty kids, and the kids love it because there's somebody that looks like their mama or their daddy in that uniform, and they connect. We have never, never, never in the last 7 or 8 years not had military service members participate in the Ranger Reading Camp. They love it. Our kids love it. That was a catalyst behind another project we undertook. We wanted to do something other than summer school. If you don't get it, and it didn't work during the school year, we don't want to just dunk you again and say, done. He went to summer school. He's done. She went to summer school. They're done. We want to make a difference. And some kids don't miss all of it. They just miss a little piece of it. So we have a traditional summer school program. And then whenever Amanda Crawley came to the position she's in, Amanda and I sat down and came up with this idea. She and her staff ran with it. Last summer, we had 31 summer camps. They did everything from hike, bike, and fish to coding, ranger reading camp, math madness. They had a STEM camp. Rhonda Burnell and her folks did a social emotional enrichment camp. We had a TSI and an SAT boot camp for high school. Our kids loved it. We served more than 1,800 students in the summertime. Well, you know, them teachers, they don't work but about 9 months out of a year. I'm telling you, our teachers are busting their hump 12 months out of a year to make a difference for the kids that we serve. And I'm going to show you what that looks like in just a minute. We're very, very proud of it. So we have a lieutenant governor that resides down in Austin, and that's all I'm going to say about him. But he will make comments from time to time and say, well, you know, if districts are really doing really well, they would post their score everywhere. I wish I could post my score for him. But I want you to know our scores have been climbing, continue to improve. This year, we have four campuses that received an A. Folks, when you talk about kids' performance earning an A, that's almost every kid, every subject, every classroom meeting or exceeding the standards set by the state. That is phenomenal. We have a couple of campuses that are digging out. They were in a rough spot, and they're making choices, and they're not an F or a D. They're a high C, and they're moving. They'll tell you, we got a plan. We're working with a purpose, and our folks are committed to accomplishing the goal. Copperas Cove ISD earned a B, an 87 overall, just a little bit away from that A. But I want you to know, our big neighbors to the east couldn't beat us, and neither could the ones further than them. You got to be in the affluent, all pale neighborhoods to do much better than we do. And I'm here to tell you, we do it with a diverse population of kids, with a great staff, and an outstanding school board. Our kids and our staff are making the difference every day. We scored an 87 as a district. Leah is down here. Her campus at May Stevens, they don't take a state assessment, so she gets stuck with our B as well. And she's happy about that, aren't you? Yeah, I knew she would be. I do want you to know, you look at those scores. High school, Crossroads High School received a C. That's the highest score they can receive because they're held accountable under an alternative accountability system. High school earned a B, but the thing you need to know is they blew the top out of it in reading, math, post-secondary readiness, SAT, and ACT participation. SC Lee, they had accelerated student progress. That means the majority of their kids blew the top out of it in mathematics. Their kids as a whole at 6th grade mastered mathematics. Great job. Copperas Cove Junior High School received a commendation for Algebra 1 with 8th graders. I don't know about you. I did not like Algebra 1. I like geometry because you could move stuff and see it. Algebra 1, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. What is A? I want to know what A is. They have a rigorous program where every kid at Copperas Cove Junior High School takes algebra. Let me tell you something. They blew the top out of it. They had commendation for all those kids doing it. And then they met the state average or exceeded the state average for all kids in Algebra 1 as 8th graders. And they compare them across the spectrum. So against 9th graders and everyone else that takes Algebra 1. Fairview Jewel. Let me tell you something. This is a campus that defies all odds. They are sitting there and they have 70 some odd % free reduced lunch. You used to hear people say, oh, those free reduced lunch kids, they just can't do it. It's not possible, is it, Rebecca? It just can't happen. Rebecca's proven you wrong. Rebecca's campus is an A-rated campus. Remember I told you about reading academies? 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade reading performance as a whole mastered the program. Mastered it. Didn't just meet it, mastered it. 4th and 5th grade math performance, mastered it. And then the percent of star results on students who meets grade level or above exceeded everything. Great, great job. Hetty Halstead Elementary, another little campus that's not supposed to. Somebody didn't tell them because they got the mindset that the little engine that could. They're another high poverty campus, and they're also an A-rated campus. They were honored for accelerated student progress in math, grade 4th and 5th math mastery, grade 5 science, which I love to hear as an old science teacher, masters, and percent of star results that above average. That campus is knocking the top out of it, and we're very, very proud of Hetty Halstead Elementary. This next campus, I just got to brag a little bit about them because they were an underperforming but very capable campus until this guy came in as campus principal. House Creek Elementary, Todd Williams, please stand up. Folks, I got a phone call from TEA, and the guy who called me, they said, well, this is the Director of Accountability and Compliance. When you get a phone call like that, there's not much good going to happen out of that. That's like saying your oncologist called and it's not good news. So I tried to call him. We missed it. I said, Amanda, you got to come sit in on this call. We finally set a date and time. I said, you got to come sit in because he's fixing to rip us about something. I don't know what, but about something. So he called. He said, Dr. Burns, I want to tell you, I'm very excited. This is something that's not in line with what I normally do, but I want to share with you that the Commissioner of Education in the state of Texas is nominating House Creek Elementary for a National Blue Ribbon School status. That's deep water. House Creek Elementary was recognized for closing the achievement gap, grades 3, 4, 5 in both math and reading, because they got 100%. Every kid. So we're in the process of submitting that application right now. It's very exciting for them as a campus, and we'll submit that application at the end of March, and then USDE will look at it in April and May. They'll make the final announcement. They've been nominated for that. We're extremely excited. But you heard me talk about these other. They're also an A campus. You heard me talk about these other A campuses. They're knocking on that blue ribbon door. They're going to be there, and we've got campuses that are closing ground fast. Martin Walker Elementary. Bree, I saw Bree's face right there. Bree Turner's our principal. Martin Walker Elementary, another A campus, has been for a long time. And these other administrators that are applauding her, almost, if you're a principal now or an administrator now, and you ever served at Martin Walker Elementary, please stand up. Martin Walker's been good for a long time. No pressure there, Bree. But they've been good for a long time. They got accelerated progress in ELAR reading. They had reading performance for 5th grade, accelerated progress in mathematics, grade 5 performance as a whole, masters, and then the percent of star results as students who meet grade level or above. Recognized again. Great job. We're very proud of y'all. Thank you, Bree, for the wonderful, wonderful work that you do. And we have a couple of campuses, and I skipped over Williams Ledger somewhere. Williams Ledger. I got Williams Ledger. Williams Ledger Elementary. Williams Ledger Elementary. We have a principal out there. Please stand up, Tracy Phillips. Hey, I know our KCCB people are here. I want you to know we recycle. She's retire, rehire. So we've got her back. Tracy came in and has picked up that campus. I want you to know that campus was dead set on earning an F. She came in January of last year like a whirlwind. She's like the Tasmanian devil, but in a good way. And things started turning around. They finished the year with a C, and they are still gaining ground. We're looking at their data from beginning to mid-year, and they are blowing the top out of it. They will be an A campus and a blue ribbon school. before long. We appreciate you, Tracy, for the work that you do. We've got to grow your own principal at this next campus, Clements Parsons Elementary. Jen, I saw Jen back here. There's Jen. She's a graduate of Copperas Cove High School. She is leading CPE campus. They had great work up there last year. She is working really hard. They earned a high B, and those folks had accelerated student progress, grade 4 and 5 mathematics, and percent of star results that exceed state level for the grade level. Jen will be up there before long. They'll be A and knocking on that door, so we appreciate you. May Stevens, I told you they cannot earn more than the district, so they have a B. Let's give a round of applause for the principals and staff that do the hard work. And I'm probably about 4 slides behind. Maybe not. Human capital. The next thing we know, and I think organizations are realizing this, folks, if you don't have good people, it doesn't matter what you do, it's not going to be good. So I want you to know we're hiring the best, we're trying to retain the best, and then we're losing some of the best. I want to say something today, and recognize Rick Kirkpatrick. Rick, where are you? When I came to Copperas Cove, we were in need of a deputy superintendent. And Rick and I had a conversation. He was high school principal. He was failing there, so I went ahead and took him in as no, he was doing a good job as high school principal. He came over as deputy superintendent, and for the last almost 11 years, Rick and I have worked hand in hand, probably have seen each other more than we see our wives on certain days, and we've been through thick and thin. Rick has done a phenomenal job for us. And Rick has the opportunity now to go and lead a district of his own. He's been named the lone finalist at Florence. It's Florence. He's going to be the head buffalo. And I told him, be careful because you can be the chip if things don't go well. No, he's going to Florence. Rick's last day, let me say this, his last day with us is going to be next Thursday, the 9th. I want to just invite y'all all to a party. We're going to have a going away bash after he leaves on the 10th. No, we're going to do it while he's here. We're going to have a farewell reception for him on the 7th at Copperas Cove ISD boardroom right up there at 408 South Main. And we want you to come by, share a moment with him, give him a hug, and encourage him as he goes off into the wild blue yonder. He is going to do phenomenal things for Florence ISD. We're excited for him. We're excited for them. We're sad for us. It's a bittersweet moment. But Rick, we wish you the best. You're going to do great things. And while I'm here talking about human capital, Monica Hall, my administrative assistant. Please stand up back there, Monica. No. Stay standing. Stay standing. Today is Monica's 22nd birthday. So I want y'all to join me in singing happy birthday to Monica. Are y'all ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Monica. Happy birthday to you. She has to sit down. She's been drinking today. She starts early, and usually by noon, she's not much good, but it's her birthday. No, she's wonderful. We love Monica. She does a great job. When you look at Copperas Cove ISD, we have about 1,450 staff. The majority of those are teachers, but a lot of our folks on payroll with the district are support of those teachers. So we have maintenance folks, we have custodian folks, we have administrators, we have paraprofessionals, we have secretaries, we have clerks, we have payroll people, we have business office people. All those folks are part of our family here in CCISD. We love each and every one of them. I'm from a big family. Sometimes that love's hard, but we still love them. The other thing I want to share with you is last year we made some major steps. Everywhere around the state, people are saying, oh, you got to pay teachers more, you got to do more, you got to do more. Listen, I'm not really excited about paying somebody who doesn't know anything about teaching a whole lot of money. And so new teachers come to us out of the educational field, and they've got good background, theoretical knowledge. We want application knowledge. Research tells us that the best teachers are years 7 to 9. Those are the best teachers you'll ever have. They don't get any better after that time. That is the best you will have. Everybody across the state is front-loading the pay. We got places that are paying starting teachers $60,000 a year, $65,000 a year. And you know what? They've got teachers who've been there 20, 25, 30 years that are making $68,000 a year. That makes no sense that after 20 or 30 years of commitment, all you see is $3,000. There is nobody in their right mind that would go to work for a company that had a pay scale that looked like that, and certainly would not stay. So we made the decision that we were going to maintain a solid starting salary. But if you're a 20-year teacher in Copperas Cove ISD, your base salary now is $73,000. We're very proud of that. You know what? Prior to this happening, 56% of our teachers had 0 to 5 years experience. They were novices. In 1 year, that number has moved up to 5 to 8. 56% of them are in that 5 to 8 year span now. What does that result in? Better quality instruction for the kids that we serve, more professional, more stable, more committed. We're excited about those folks. This will be our second year going into it. The other thing that's really nice, you can be a 20-year teacher and make $73,000 a year, but military folks, when y'all get out and you need something to do, if you got a math mind and can qualify and earn a math certificate, we pay the state's highest math stipend at $10,000 a year. So if you can teach mathematics at the secondary level, you get $10,000 stacked on top of that salary. That's a pretty good gig if you can get it. We have a variety of other stipends for science. We have them for bilingual. So if you speak some language officially, not like me, officially, other than English, then you can also receive a stipend for that. We also have this neat program I want to share with you. It's called the RISE program. The RISE program is Rising Instructors Soaring in Education. Those are homegrown folks that exist in our current staff who have associate's degree or they have bachelor's degree. We created a program with board approval where we partner with a program called Teach Worthy, and we partner with the university, and those two programs work together to help us grow our own teachers. Why? Because our dear friends at the university are busting their can to create great teachers, and our legislature ties their hands where it takes 3 years for them to make a move. Because the legislature will not take off all the bondage and let them respond to the teacher crisis. 5 years ago, across the great state of Texas, in all public colleges and universities, there was one math major who wanted to be a teacher. One. Folks, there are 1,032 school districts. That'd be pretty competitive if you were the only one coming out, wouldn't it? But industry wipes the field with them. So we have to work on both ends with our university partners, and we have to work on our end to be able to satisfy the need we have for teachers. Right now, we have 32 RISE interns who are teaching in classrooms. Parents have full knowledge. They're teaching in classrooms. I'm going to tell you, we got one at the high school teaching math. Somebody didn't tell him you could not succeed. He is not a fully degreed person. His math scores are outpacing by almost 20 percentage points his peers who are 20-year teachers. He is blowing the top out of it. We're excited for that program. We have 38 more people who are signed up wanting in the program. We just don't have room for them. But if you want to become a teacher in Copperas Cove ISD, hit your universities, earn that degree. We want you to be fully certified. That's the best thing you can do. But if you can't do that, come to Cove. Go west. We'll take care of you. We will take care of you. We also, this year, participating in Teacher Incentive Allotment. That's a program where the state recognizes outstanding teachers. And if those teacher students perform exceptionally well, then those teachers can earn anywhere between $3,000 and $32,000 more than the district pays them at no cost to the district. Right now, we have 42 teachers across this district who qualify for the highest 2 tiers of reimbursement. That's pretty good. I'd like to have that bonus check coming home, $32,000 in my household. Now, taxes will eat about half of it, but you don't tell them that. But we're very proud of our program. Our RISE program, teacher incentive allotment, and then I also want you to know we're not forgetting our non-professional staff. We have a tuition reimbursement program for our folks who go through and get extra certifications in welding and in HVAC. We do it for our paraprofessionals in a Grow Your Own program to help them become teachers. We do it for our maintenance workers. We reimburse all kind of folks, technology people, to go back and get additional training. Why? Because you benefit us when you're trained the best you possibly can be. Let me give you a few facts that I think is always interesting, and then I'm on a scoot because I know that we're already past nap time for Jim Copeland. Just because you're off the board does not mean that I don't get to pick on you. Child nutrition. Folks, we are better than Lubies at serving folks. Last year, this is last year's number, we served over 1.1 million meals to students. That is dishing some hash. We got anybody in the military works in the cook string thing like that? Y'all left them there preparing lunch. I'm going to tell you, that's a monumental task to have that. Melissa Bryan, our child nutrition director, is back here somewhere. Melissa? Stand up. Right there's the lady responsible for all of it. Our maintenance department handles more than 7,000 work orders annually. Technology department was instrumental in helping us roll out a one-to-one program during COVID where every student has access to a single device for them. They handle more than 8,000 work orders over the course of the year. Most of them is Joe Burns saying, hey, I can't make it work. And they'll say, turn it off, and turn it back on, and it'll work. And it works. Then the other thing I want to remind folks of, there are people, we have got parents who pick up kids, haul kids, do all this stuff. They get up early. I laugh. I go out to Williams Ledger. There's a neighborhood right behind Williams Ledger. We have a sidewalk that goes to that neighborhood. We'll have parents who are right beside that sidewalk where it ends in the neighborhood who will get up, put their kid in the car. They will drive around and get in a long, long line to drop their kid off at school. All statistics, all safety guidelines tell you the safest way for a kid to get to school is that yellow school bus. That is the safest. Eric West, our Director of Transportation, is back here. We appreciate you. They travel 3,000 miles a day. None of that counts the work that they do for extracurricular, co-curricular, field trips and all that. That's basic mileage. Also want to leave you with this information. We've got all kind of help for folks that want to become teachers, want to improve their skill set. They want to be a better welder, a better mechanic. They want to be a better HVAC guy. I want to work on commercial refrigeration and not just air conditioners. They're all there. This program that I'm going to visit about quickly for you is the whole child. That's one of our domains in our strategic plan. We're really worried about some of our kids, folks. It's a challenge out there. It's different than when you and I grew up, if you're close to my age. You were safe at home for the most part. Monitored you because your parents told them. If you see my mama told our neighbors, if Joe is out there doing something he shouldn't be doing, you yank him up and wear him out and just let me know. She wasn't worried about the spanking. She was going to spank me again because the neighborhood had to correct me. But folks, we got kids that are raising kids and kids that are raising selves. And so not in every family. We have some great families, but we have some kids that are facing some troubling and struggling times. We have a young girl, Copperas Cove Junior High School principal called me the other day, Jeff Shannon. He said, Dr. Burns, we got a problem. We've got a young lady who got in a little bit of trouble back in October. Now it's come to light. Everything's blown up. And she arrived at school today, and she has been beaten severely. A junior high kid by her own daddy. Once they called CPS and law enforcement got there, they found out that not only had she been beaten, but she had been sexually assaulted by her own daddy. Folks, it's a different world today. Kids see more stuff than you and I ever thought about. And they live in a world that we can't relate to sometimes. And sometimes it takes more than just a hug and to say, I love you. There's got to be support services. And so Rhonda Burnell and her team, Director of Social and Emotional Wellness, she and her team do a great job. We have a couple of things that we work on. We work with Texas A&M Central Texas, one of our great partners, and we get interns from them for counseling. That has expanded our reach and our breadth of being able to help kids. We have a Stop It program where that app is, you can load it to your phone, you can go to our website, you can go to a campus website. If you hear, see, or suspect something, go there and report it. It comes directly to administrators 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365. If you know of something and don't report it, you're part of the problem. You're not part of the solution. Our kids use it, our parents use it, and our community use it. You know what? We've been able to reach out to a number of kids this year, more than a handful, but not more than a dozen, who were reported to the Stop It program. My friend is thinking about suicide. And he's been hiding rope to hang himself. That came from a student. That's a real Stop It report. Came from a kid's peer, one of our fellow students, our Director of Student Support Services, Social Emotional Learning. I'm going to give you a title, one of the ways or the other, Rhonda. Went to her. We reached out to campus. Campus counselors are there, and they're on it. They're helping. Folks, we live in sometimes a fragile society, and we need to be willing to help. The other thing we're proud about, Rhonda wrote a grant and received a grant for transitional coaches. These are folks that help at the elementary school because they're limited to high poverty campuses. So Rebecca's going to get one at Fairview Jewel, and Billy Diaz is going to get one at Hitty Halstead, and they're going to make a great difference for our kids. The other thing that I want to share with you that is one of the exciting programs we have is a program called T-Chat, where we partner with Dell Medical School. And right now, if you're trying to get mental health services and you're a parent of a child needing mental health services in our community, 6 months to get in and see a practitioner. 6 months. Through T-Chat, we can do that virtually. It's a video appointment. 14 days, the longest waiting period. And already we have more than 1,000 students who have received services through T-Chat. Couldn't even do that in the community. That's not possible. There's not enough time to get there. T-Chat has expanded that, and they said, hey, we're going to also offer it to CCISD staff that deal with these really challenging students, because one of the things you face with staff is they get exasperated when they can't help. They don't have the skill set to be able to solve all that kid's problems. So T-Chat's going to help us with that. We still continue a partnership with the Methodist Children's Home. And then there's a newsletter that's put out every month by Rhonda to help our staff understand those things. Facilities, I want to run through that quickly and let you know that we serve 11 campuses, 3 support facilities. I shared with you that our oldest campus is Crossroads High School. Our newest is House Creek. Want you to know, if you want to work as a custodian for us, you got to be good. Custodians clean on average 21,000 square feet a day. That's 10 homes. So if you want to work as a custodian, get your roller skates on and come on. We're always looking for custodians. But we're excited about the work that they do. Our maintenance team and custodial staff maintain more than 1.5 million square feet of facilities annually. We are proud to report lots of things are finishing up. I told Rick he couldn't leave till they were done. So he sent me a list and just said complete. I think he's lying. I don't think they're all done, but he says they are. At high school, we have a drainage project that we took place there to make more usable space. CT building will come online in May. We've had renovation expansion take place at May Stevens. Big cafeteria was added there. They left the building kind of dirty, so on December 24th, we flooded it to wash all the dirt out. They got dispersed, and they just got back in that building last week, and Leah and her team have done a great job. Williams Ledger had 4 classrooms added to the Ledger and the Williams side. Great job there. Martin Walker got a big cafeteria and some improvements there. And then we see Halstead got some work done that's not actually inside the principal's office. So it's exciting. One of the things we're taking very seriously is security. So every campus, by the time we get through, I think at spring break, will have secure entry vestibules. and a single point of entry for folks to come in. So we make sure we do that. And then in the summer of 2023, let me go back. Summer of 2023, we are going to be doing some HVAC work and roof replacement. That's part of our routine maintenance cycle, and so those things will be taking place. Last domain, but not the least, is one of the most important, and this involves you, is stakeholder engagement. We want to make sure that the core values we're employing and putting forth in the school business reflect the environment we live in, the community that supports us. And so we want to develop additional opportunities to increase that personalized culture of engagement. And so I want to share with you one of our huge success stories is Fort Hood's Adopt a School unit. Not only because our staff has bought into it, but because Fort Hood has. And we are so excited about the staff that comes from them. I want you to know that our parents and guardians provide us with more than 8,000 kids a year. Taxpayers, if you are a local taxpayer, thank you for your share. All of our taxpayers combined provide us with about 20% of our annual budget, $15.5 million. And then we have great partners like the Education Foundation, who turns around and hosts things like New Teacher Breakfast, innovative teaching grants. And I want to update a number. The Education Foundation has now contributed more than $400,000 to innovative teaching grants. Thank you, Copperas Cove Education Foundation. And while I'm on it, you can give me an amen if you want back there. We're having our annual fundraising gala on April the 1st, April Fool's Day. It's not April Fooling, though. It'll be here in this spot. Boots and Buckles, April the 1st. Come and have a good time. Tickets are on sale right now. As a matter of fact, I have some if you would like them. Don't buy from anybody but me till I get rid of my 10. And then they'll host in the month of May the Senior Walk of Fame banquet, where we talk the top 10% of students and recognize them. We're very, very proud of our military, as I said, connected campuses, those that have the Purple Star rating. City of Copperas Cove, great partners, Ryan, City Council, Mayor, all the city staff, Eddie, even Eddie Wilson. No, we love Eddie, just not much as we love his wife, but we love Eddie. We have a shared facility agreement with them where they benefit and we benefit from that. We participate in single stream recycling on almost all of our campuses for paper products and cardboard products. They've helped us with safe routes to school. You see the sidewalk going in down Veterans, just making it safer for kids going to school. And then wayfinding signage, thank you for that, for the campuses to be able to find that. And then I'm going to run real quick through this list, and I apologize if I miss you. I see my girlfriend back here with the Red Hatters Club. I got lots of girlfriends in the Red Hatters Club. Always here supporting schools. Morning and Noon Exchange, Altrusa, Rotary Optimist, Lions Club, Mount Hiram Masonic Lodge number 595, Copperas Cove Retired Teachers, on and on and on and on. We have the greatest community. I can think of no better place to live and work than Copperas Cove. And so, yes, you give yourself a round of applause. But I do want to share something. I haven't even told board about it. Board president called me the other day and asked me, around us, there are people retiring and leaving, and Killeen ISD, Dr. John Kraft, one of my dear friends, is leaving. And so I wanted to share at this meeting that I'll be leaving Copperas Cove on Saturday, and I'll be back Sunday because I'm going to see my grandbaby. We got some heart medication for y'all. My second son and his wife had Noah Caleb Burns last May the 11th. I'm going to tell you, those of you that are grandparents know this. I had to find a way to put that picture of that baby in this presentation. He loves everybody. I told Amanda Crawley, and I talked today, I said, you know what? This is the way every kid comes to school. Wide-eyed and excited about what's going on and what potential is there. That's also the way they ought to graduate. They ought to leave here wide-eyed, excited, and ready to embrace any challenge that they may face out in the world today. If we can't do that, folks, we're not doing our job. We're not as effective as we can be. I want you to know there are real friends of mine in this audience who I cherish their friendship, their kind words, their words of encouragement. We are so proud of our city and of our schools and all parts of that. And I want you to know, we need to be really, really focused on being excited about being Cove. There is no other city or community school district around us that does it better than we do right here. Do we have a few lumps and knots along the way? You bet. But I'm going to tell you, and I'm not joking, if you want the best education for your kid in Central Texas, you got to come west. You got to come to Copperas Cove. We do it well, and we do it right. And as my mama used to say, if it's fact, that ain't bragging. I'm not bragging about that. I am bragging on a wonderful staff who does a great job day in and day out, who really are focused on the kids we serve and their needs. Again, I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, it is both my honor and my privilege to serve as superintendent for Copperas Cove ISD. I count my blessings every day that this board is willing to put up with somebody who's not the brightest, not the best, not the most eloquent, but has a true heart for kids and wants to make a difference for each and every one of them. Thank you. I'm taking her book. I'm sorry. I just folded up everything. I'm going to put you there.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Burns. We hope that give him a round of applause. We hope you have found the information that you received today helpful. There are many groups, organizations, and departments who were instrumental in preparing for today's luncheon, and you will see them listed on the back of your program. A special thank you to Charles Wilson for serving as our event photographer today, and Sylvia Rhodes for assisting before, during, and after this event. Thank you also to the various staff and student groups for their displays you see around the room. It is our dedicated staff that lead these students to excel beyond what they could even possibly imagine. If you have not had the opportunity to view the displays, please do so after today's luncheon has ended. Again, thank you for attending our annual State of the District luncheon, and thank you for supporting public education. Have a good afternoon and drive safely.